Howdy-o and welcome to Black Metal Review here on Rauta. Today's band is one of those, well, this is a mean way to say it, but let's be honest about it. Kind of like the second division of Finnish black metal bands, one of those who started their career in 2000s. This one is Blood Red Fog with Fields of Sorrow album, and it's here with a nice looking digipack release by Deviant Records. Already out now for some weeks. Actually, this is one of those releases that came out with a little bit of a delay, but then again, that is what it always is, and like the saying goes, music doesn't get old with age. It's either old when it comes, that is already out of fashion, already out of trends and whatever, or then it's still one thing that defies time and space all alike. Now, why I say B grade is not even an attempt to be a mean against the band, no way. Just saying that because of the vast scene here in black metal in Finland, the competition is, well, quite tight. And that means either you are a big band, like Satanic Warmaster, Horna, B-Hexen, or stuff like that, or then you're kind of bound to go to the B division, either in quality or in terms of how much live presence or whatever you're gonna get. Now, be it as it may, Blood Red Fog has been here for quite some while, 16 years or so, and as a result, the discography is not that small. I mean, there are plenty of EPs, splits, and then including these 5 full-length albums. As you can see, the first 8 years or so, the band did only one release, well, full-length release. After that, the pace has been much faster, given that the last 8 years has been the time for 4 other full-length albums, Fields of Sorrow being the latest one. And previously on Rauta channel, I have actually really reviewed this Thanatotic Supremacy, and previously some other ones on other medias, but anyway, this is the second time for Blood Red Fog to be on a Rauta channel. Who knows, hopefully one day I'll get the chance to talk to these guys on interviews, but now it's time to review the album in question, Fields of Sorrow, with 51 minutes of music and the style being very Nordic black metal. Now, if there was a school book about Finnish black metal, I think basically you could just open up in the middle and Blood Red Fog could be very much there in the middle. Now, that means that all of the extremities, both good and bad, are there to be avoided. That is, this is not the most melodic and softer of the bands. This is not the most extreme or raw, primitive, or whatever you want to call it, but more in the middle. That is, including fast tempo, but not really being that aggressive as bands like Marduk. Also having the slower tempo parts, but not without going, doomy, not without going gothic or anything like that. I mean, Blood Red Fog is, in many ways, in a kind of a middle, like a safe choice for a black metal listener interested in Finnish black metal. Not the most catchy, definitely not, but then again, not actually averse of ideas which then again make albums memorable. That is, cool melodies, maybe some eerie synth parts, maybe some guitar work, that is to create this kind of a dark atmosphere, but actually right in the middle, or goddamn very close to it. Now obviously this is both a downside and an upside. If you want to end up in positivity, let's start with the shittier parts, and that is, this album is uncatchy as hell. And while some people it's totally irrelevant because black metal isn't not about being catchy or an album about hits and stuff like that, it's all about atmosphere, and on that respect, well, Blood Red Fog does a decent job. This is an album with a nice atmosphere. But when it comes to those actual riffs, making one song like memorable, and where you can separate the first track from the 5th or the 4th track from the 8th, doesn't really happen. And I'm even talking about this kind of a Dark Throne style of memorability. So it does apply to raw black metal as much as more symphonic bands, such as like early Emperor and the like. But this is where Blood Red Fog, in my opinion, fails. I mean, it doesn't manage to do anything really, really memorable. Not really catchy. I mean, it doesn't suck, but it could use some kind of leverage to, like, hey, while we're not catchy, we have this thing, and they don't have it. So, in my books, this kind of fails to be very, very interesting. It's all kind of rounded corners. And while it's some people, it's just okay, it's on the background. It doesn't really matter if you don't remember any of those melodies or if you don't have any interesting chorus parts. For some people, it's just totally all right. Me, on the other hand, I kind of need something tangible, Anyway, it isn't bad because, like I said, there are some cool melodies, there's some interesting synth parts, and basically, fundamental level, there's nothing absolutely wrong. However, I would like to say that the production is kind of weak. It's not horrible, but it lacks the kind of edge that I'm used to in so many black melodies. Either be raw, cutting, bleeding, or then just be hyper produced, but being in the middle, not sounding exactly, not lo-fi, not hi-fi, but just bland, nothing. It's not, in my opinion, a way to go. Maybe it's a lack of skill, maybe it's a lack of budget, maybe it's a choice. But it's not a choice for me. So, feel free to disagree and obviously make up your own mind while giving this band a chance by listening to the samples on a Bandcamp site or whatever is your source of platform for music. Links are provided, so figure out for yourself. I really cannot say this is as good as the two previous ones by the same band. It's not bad, but ... There you go. Check out the music yourself and figure out if it's for your listening pleasure. Questions or comments? Put them on the comments box below and I will get back to you. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.